Aisha Irvine, and I'm a mum of 4 and a grandma of 1 son. And I came from Uganda.
And what can you tell me about your childhood in Uganda?
It's a very happy childhood. We lived in a neighborhood and I went to school. I went to a girls' school, a Muslim girls' school. We had to walk to go to school. I had lots of friends.
I was just wondering if you could tell me a little bit more about how your family came to be in Uganda, and a bit more about your heritage.
Yeah. I think my grandfather came from India, and it was the time for the railways. They were invited to come, so they came. And my grandfather fell in love with the Ugandan lady and married her. So I come from that heritage.
Would you say that you were treated differently because of
Of
your
course,
mixed heritage?
yeah, because of my mixed heritage, I was treated differently, but we had a kind of community. I was not just the only one, there was quite a few. So we kind of made our own community. We're called, like they called us half caste. And yeah, so it was a bit weird. But you got used to it. It was how you were treated, and some people were nice, not everybody was bad, but most people it was something different, so they weren't used to it. So yeah, it was kind of different.
A bit about Idi Amin now. What do you remember about when he came to power?
I remember there was a lot of fighting, lots of people died, even from my family. People got killed.
What were you doing when you heard Idi Amin say, "I want all the Ugandan nations to..."
I was only little. I didn't care. My mum told me. It was in the radio. It was everywhere, and once I was in the doctor's in Aga Khan Hospital. I wasn't feeling well. I had malaria, and he came in, and I was very, very scared because he was a big man. He was big. He was tall and huge. And he had a voice that was very scary, and he came and said, "What's the matter here?" And he came to me. I was so scared. I was really scared, but he was very kind. He just spoke and said, "What's wrong with you?" I couldn't speak. I was tongue-tied, but my mum said she had malaria. And they said, "Okay, these are good doctors." And all those doctors were from Libya. They were, came to volunteer. So, because he was Muslim, a lot of Arab countries were helping. So, yeah. That's the only time I saw him. But my mum saw something in him that day. She looked at him and she said, "There's something not right with him. He's just very fierce." And she was scared. I was scared. So when she said, "I don't think he's lying. He means what he's going to do." And so we left that night.
Can you just tell me how old you were when you came to the UK?
10.
10 years old?
Yeah.
And so obviously you thought that it was just like a holiday.
Yes.
At what point did you realise you were going to be staying here for the future?
When we didn't go back, But my mum did tell me bits of stuff, even though she told me as soon as we came to England, she told me bits and pieces. But she didn't want me to tell anyone because she didn't want us, because some people were in the camps.
Do you feel like this is kind of your home?
Yeah, in a way, but in my
Home
heart.
away from home?
Yeah, home away from home. Yeah. Yeah. I've been here all these years, but still 40 years, and still I think my home is Uganda, but also here's home there, but yeah. My children, yeah, but still home is home. I miss my home.
Do you feel anger at Idi Amin?
Of course I do. Everybody does. I feel angry. Angry because if he didn't do that, I wouldn't have left my home. I wouldn't have left my friends. Yeah, I do feel anger.
I'm assuming that your father had passed away.
Yeah, I passed
So
away.
it was just
It's just me and my mum.
you and your mum.
Yeah.
So she's made that impulsive decision
she
to
did.
go because of the fear.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's
Yeah.
lots of rape and
Yeah,
all sorts
yeah, they were raping people,
pillaging.
and I was a 10-year-old, so
Yeah.
her only child, she had to protect me however she could.
Do you think that's why she decided to go?
Yeah, I think so.
It's quite an amazing foresight
Yeah,
To go on the
yeah,
day?
to go on the day.
yeah. We weren't the only one. There was a few people who went on the day. We weren't just the only people. There was a few people who went on that day. So it was just not just us only. There was a few but not as many. But there was a few who thought, okay, he saved this, let's just go before this gets worse. And later when we heard in the news, my mum said, see, I knew this was going to happen. So although they took everything, everything, we left our house with the clothes we were wearing, but our life was safe.